All right, and we're live. And I'm not dead. Excellent. So, welcome. You know, for I still need to I still need an intro. I mean, I don't need an intro. I could just be known as the guy who doesn't have an intro, but it's all part of the all part of the show. So I feel like I need to get one. And I kind of have one, but I don't have one. So I need to get used to the showmanship. And oh my goodness gracious. Hold up. What's going on here? All right, close enough. Okay, of course, everything happens right then and there. But yeah, so I'm back. And one of the things that I really am happy about is that just getting back into the swing of this, because one of the things that I've known or experienced during this. So long story short, my skin is really bad and it can have a flare up, and I had one. It's kind of personal, but it is what it is. And so my skin was burning constantly, and also it was razor wire constantly. I took care of it, and I'm feeling much better, and hopefully, I'll take care of it for good. So there's that, and yeah, so that's that. Um, but yeah, no, like literally my days were consisting of like I'm in pain, I'm going to take my medicine, and then I'm going to fall asleep. So I'm no longer in pain. And that was essentially how it was going. And thankfully, although I'm not 100%, it's drastically better to where I can finally, get back into it. And like I said, hopefully later on, starting next month, hopefully this will never ever happen again. No matter what season, no matter where I am, I'll be good, which is good. So, on that note, yeah. So some things that I've done. I haven't just been sitting around. I do have a phone. uh, yes, the Diablo devs were in fact correct. I do have a phone, and I used it to, just keep up with the times. And I was focusing on some things that artists, VTubers do, or at least when they do art. And, some people put themselves on, you know, some people put themselves, on, the right over here. Some people put them on the left. Maybe they put themselves in a box over wherever. But, here I am right now. But this isn't the only thing. So as you can see, normally I am over here and super tiny, but not anymore. No, this is its whole new thing, and that was one of the things that I'm happy to have gotten done. Truth be told, you know, a bit behind the the curtain, if you will. It didn't take long, but it was something that I did like to do and wanted and feel, I'm a bit more official now that instead of my original setup, I can have this and then I can have another scene to show off the art. And without further ado, let's do just that. So here we are. Don't worry, I can do this. I have the technology. So here I am. So you may be saying, oh, but you're over here. It's like, correct. I am over here. But behold, hold up. Behold, nothing. That's right. Because all of this stuff is, I still wanted to keep the things within a book motif. So in order to do that, we now have a book over here. You can see, binding is still there. It looks quite nice. You can still see that. everything is good. And one of the reasons why I kept that was because I realized that some places are having borders and they're like cutesier. I mean, they're female streamers. So yeah, they're a lot cutesier and all of that jazz. So there's still a border. So I like how I can at least keep this silhouette of a book along with that. Oh, but we're not done yet. Oh, no, 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 no. So in fact, we actually are going to do this and we're going, love how that is opens always on the wrong screen because that makes my life fun. Da, 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 da. And then we do that. Okay, now. Okay, now. Behold. Uh, behold? Behold. See? Now it's as nice. Nice. It has the full art. Well, yeah, no, yeah, it does have the full art zone. And when I zoom in, zoom out, do all this, that, and the other, it's gonna be nice. And so you can actually see what I'm drawing. But don't worry just yet. Since I mean, there probably should be like a reverse, but it is what it is. But I'm so excited about this. And the next thing that happens is this. Ooh, it's another book. Yes, I have opened another book because I realize, when you're studying and doing work, you see that cliche where there's like 50,000 books in the TV show and it's like stacked taller than the person sitting. It's like just to show that they're doing a lot of work. Well, I mean, it's not entirely false. You have one book for your drawing and then you have one book that you're looking at and reading from. And yeah, I mean, at least two books. This way it's not too cluttered. But the magic, and which is why you all come here, I'm sure, is the reason is right here. So I have put what I'm studying from right over there. It's like, yeah, it's like a nice little screen right here. But Agua, you may ask, what is gonna be right here? Well, I'll tell you what's gonna be there from all of my research and studying and viewing. Uh-oh. Because of course, literally none of this happens when I'm not streaming. But now, of course, and there it is. And so all of these things are happening, right now because fantastic. So we're going to do this. Oh gosh. Hello. Aha, it's working now. So I don't know what's on. Now let's do it this way. So, of course, everything goes wrong once you start to once you start doing the stream. You know, Wi-Fi goes down, your stuff can't connect anymore. Then once your other stuff can't connect, then it's like, oh, I'm just gonna drop everything. Well, that's cool, and thank you. But yeah. So here we are. Uh-oh. Oh man. So hopefully you can still hear me, and hopefully this still works. But um, right now I'm just checking something, because something isn't working quite right. There it is, and it defaulted to that. There it is. Ah, you see, the one thing, if I may, so the one thing I've learned is that everyone will teach you how to do something when it teach you how to do some things right, how to do them properly, obviously, so you can do your job well. So you can do your job well. One of the things that they don't really harp on, and it's really something that they should do, is when things go wrong. Like, oh, this is how you put things into the system. This is how you take things out of the system. This is how you do this, that, and the other in 10 ways to Sunday. And you're like, okay, cool, that works. And now the system's dead. And honestly, it reminds me of that time when, like, it's like currently the thing with Counter Strike, Counter whatever, what's it called? Not Counter Strike. The Strike thing that is connected, the update that's connecting to all the windows. Yeah. Well, what do you do when that happens? They don't tell you like what happens when everything's, yeah. So that was a situation that thankfully that actually happened. You can probably figure it out like on like episode 1. Uh, Everything just wasn't working. You could not hear me, and I was like that for 40 plus minutes. But since then, I've looked at how to double check on that, see where things are going, and voila, everything is back within seconds. So it no longer affects me. Well, it does affect me, and I'm sure it affects you, but I'm able to quickly take care of it, and everything works. And so back to what I was saying. So yeah, this is what I did. This is where my chat. This is where I'll put my chat. And if I had one, but I don't. But that's okay, because you got to start somewhere. And truly, this is quite literally the amateur art, and getting things working properly. Honestly, you know. And yeah, without further ado, let's go. Uh, let's see. Oh god, everything's super loud.
Well, hello there. Welcome back to my room. My name's Mikey, and you're here for another tutorial. This one is going to be how to draw feet from basic shapes. Super.
Sure is, Mikey. Alright, so he says feet from basic shapes. So we're just actually, because before all of this stuff happened, all of this jazz happened, I was able to do something like this. And so hopefully this will actually be a nice little warm-up and reminder to see how much I've retained. Because truly, it's been a week since I've been able to do anything. And when you give yourself 31 days, and then you just chop off almost practically a fourth of it, yeah, that's not too good. And so I'm really working on 3 weeks to just not be bad. And right now, the reason why I took feet was because faces. And actually, no, we can do faces now. We can do faces again. I already did this. We can do this again. Because one of the things that uh, I tried to do last time was do the line sensei thing, where all of we had multiple faces at multiple angles. And actually, I'd really like to try it because one of the things that I saw very simple was because everything here, I can actually show you, because everything is on its own plane, right? You know, you take the whatever thing is, uh, okay, so you take, can he do it? The answer may shock you. But yeah, so you know, you take your face, right? And there it is. So you take your face. Honestly, oh god, I can't wait until I'm good enough to not need these circles. But again, getting my fun. I'm still getting my foundation done. So until further notice, we're gonna be using circles. That's not a circle. I feel like I'm like one of those children's toys, children's shows where it's like, is this a circle? No, that's not a circle. Is this the circle? No, that's not a circle. Oh god. You know, and I get it. You know, sometimes people are just like, "Oh, dude, you just draw the circle." And then you just deal with it. It's like true, but also when you're dealing with what this circle represents. Oh geez, I'm getting meta. You know, what this circle really represents, it's the proportion of literally what everything is going to exist and ever will on your picture. Because everything is based on, well, in regards to proportions, head height. So it's 6.5 heads, 7 heads, maybe 8 if your person's a giant. But yeah, so the circle means a lot. And uh, working towards making this proper, making it right is uh, what is very important. Ooh, that's not bad. Look at me go. See, told you we could get it. So we're gonna do, yeah, look at me go. Yeah, see, it's a little weird over here, and it kind of does like, once again, it does like an egg. There we go. See, we got it. We can do this. All right. So now we do a this. Oops. No, don't do that. We do this. Just connect. It's all coming back to me, chat. All coming back to me. Right on a bike. Right on a nice little bike. Ooh, there we go. Right. There's that. Beautiful. Check it out. All right, cool. I mean, you know, you can do a little. You can do a little something like that. Yeah. And I'll. Oh. And where did I put? There. So, I mean, and I get it. Eventually, I'll stop doing this because once you get your foundation, because even then, even though this is a circle, it's used as a frame of reference to show where certain things go. So truly, when you break it down, when you break your art down to what you want, you can actually just follow whatever this line is, right? So let's see, because now you don't even need a circle. Now you can just do everything on this line, right? And then everything that follows from it can just be can be your this was actually a face that I picked up. Yeah. So actually this is in the wrong spot, but we can fix that later. But yeah, so honestly, once you remove your the whole what is that? 4, 3, and 4. See, so once you get rid of all of that, then you can start pushing through all of these different lines. No, don't do that. Because remember, we're still working with a circle. And then this is actually too fat because it should be away, but it is what it is. But you see, then you can just do what you want. You don't even need a circle. See, I didn't even need a circle. And that's really it. You just break it down to your lines. And in this case, I really do need to start using layers because there needs to be a base layer. I really also need to learn how to name my layers. But beyond that, we have to, just kind of deal with it, truly. But yeah, once you get all of this done and you're good enough, you don't even need a circle anymore. Circle doesn't matter. Circle does not matter in the slightest. Because then you can just do this, do that. Because once you get, and this is actually because you remember we did the eyes. We did the eyes already. And so then what Mikey did was, oh man, he went hard in the paint right here. He did one of these. Oh, look at that. And so he did one of these, and then he did like this weird like shadowless eye thing right here that like has the shade, like has that shading. So what were we gonna do, right? So then, no, I keep forgetting. But of course now I forget how to shade all of these. See, and this is actually perfect example of how and what things have to happen. You have to forget things to remember like how to deal with that. Oh, that's not good. And that's what I did. To remember what's important. And you only remember what's important until once you actually start to deal. Keep going back. And it's what your brain will eventually figure out. So I can't truly remember the darkness and shades. I kind of just went up here, and then I did a so here's this. So we did this. We had this light, and then we had like this dark right here. And it's not the darkest of dark that we can go. Actually. You can actually see the difference the moment you put it on the eye. And this is actually one of the things that in color theory that I see that a lot of people mistake. They never go dark enough with your shadows. Oh, whoops. they never go dark enough with their shadows. So whenever you have a contrast between your lights and your darks, you actually can end up doing the reverse to where some lights are darker than where your shadows need to be, and some shadows are lighter where the light needs to be. And it's everything's in reverse. And so the values are aren't working properly. And so the reason why I did this was just because, this black is literally just the far left corner of whatever is on my wheel. Like this is like Banta black, let's just say. This is the blackest I can go. And so now you have to figure out where do we shade, right? What's shading, what's moving, what's growing. And that's why I just kept these here, because now I can do not that. Now this. What is this? Hmm. No, I don't know. It's kind of creepy. But we'll figure that out later. I don't remember it being. We'll figure that out. But yeah. So then we had there it is. So right click. So my right click is right here. So the reason why I did it right here was so that I can right click this area, this swatch, and then we can just go into where things need to be. So this has to be the blackness because it's going into the darkness of your eye. This is quite literally the window inside the goopy stuff of your eye. All of that stuff. This is how the light gets in. It's just literally the window to your soul. And that's why it has to be black, because inside it, inside your eye is black. It's just darkness. And so not but now let's get this going. All right. So I was going to throw something like this, but I also need right I need to make these lines sharper. I go out like this. Like these lines need to pull through and show sharper. Because what happens is that you don't want things to get lost in the sauce. So there we go. We do that. Then we can erase this a bit, bring this over here a bit more, right? Right, do the same thing over here. Oops. We did kind of make it. So now we have to make it good. Boom, boom, there, easy. And we do this, easy, boom, easy, boom, easy. Do that. And so now, once again, we have to bring it back into right? Because no matter how hard I brush, this will always be that dark. So even if I go as dark as dark as dark as I can be on my scale, right? It'll always be that. It'll come close. It's gonna try. It sure as hell is gonna try, but it won't get there. And so that's what gives me the confidence to go as hard as I can. Now, from a distance, you might be able to not notice anything, but once your eyes get attuned to stuff like this, then you'll start to see. At the moment, mine isn't right now, but it is what it is. And so you want this shadow to come through right around here, because your eyes are at an angle. So there's a bunch of shadow that comes through on this end. So you do want this to happen right here. You want this to move. One of the things that I do remember though is that this line, if you're going to draw this line, I don't know why I'm airbrushing. you're going to do this line, it has to be very, very dark. It has to be able to stand against everything. So now we do that. It has to be able to stand against the shadow, or it just blends in until it gets to the point where, oh, why'd you even do that? And you're like, what? Oh, yeah, you're right. Damn. So now we do this, and then we get it. And we don't want to go too deep, but we want to get just enough. Then we have to go, don't do that. Because then we do this, right? Then this has to happen. And so the reason why I delineate a line, like right here, is so that we know. He knows. He knows. And so then, eventually, what we're going to do is we're going to just bleed them in, bleed them through. So you don't actually want all of this to just hold up. Again, you do want your eye to stand against, because again, if you do too much and everything starts to bleed in, and then it comes to the point where it's like, well, then why do it? It's that line again. I'm doing all of this on one layer, which is dumb. I need to do that'll be my new thing. It's add layer. That'll do it. I'll make a shortcut to that. But until then, then you do baloney. There it is. And right, then you go around the light. Okay, you just get a little bit. And the cool thing about this is that when you essentially have 3 shades, right? And so the lighter, you can go lighter. So like you're right here. Oh. So you're right here. And so you can essentially draw another line right here, right? And then that whole thing becomes this shade right here. I have to remember that. And this is why you need two layers, so that you're not drawing over your line. Then you just kind of chicken scratch right here, and scratch right there. So then you can do this, essentially the same thing. Boom, layer, boom, that. And then you can get a little dark because you're right against there. And then you go right here, and it's like, okay, this all makes sense. It's all coming together. And again, we're drawing at an angle, so this line actually, I jazzed that up. So this line actually has to come down like this. So we can actually go a bit darker right here, around here, but then you do the chicken scratch, and then you start getting a bit lighter. You can see that and that's okay. What we're gonna do afterwards, we're gonna start blending this in. And that's it. The blend. And so now, that's too much. Now I want to and I want to blend it into the eyebrow too, into this line, into this darkness too. So there's some contrast to that. Then you do something like this, that, blend that in. And again, this is the reason also why you want those other lines to stick out. When you start blending things and things start to happen, did that too much? Oh, I didn't do it enough. Interesting. Oh, this line. See, and again, this is why you do make sure your lines stick out. why you make sure that your lines, the lines that need to be dark, are dark. The lines that don't need to be, and so now go around all of this. So now, excuse me. Now you go around all of this. Make sure that you maintain within the eye. Make sure you push through on that, through on here, boom, and then bring it out into the corners. All right. Try to stay away from this line. Again, this is all if you're dumb like me and do it on one layer. So you're constantly combating yourself on what not to essentially draw on. So you have to do like go around this thing, you have to go around this thing. So you're essentially trying to blend with accuracy. So there you go. So you kind of go like this, you do this, blend that down. Because you need that. And you look it around and see now you're starting to get, now your eye is starting to get some depth, get some pizzazz going. And there it is. And I went a bit too dark on this line, but you know what? It's actually not that bad. There it is. See, I still need a bit more. There it is. There we go. And you might be actually look at this and you'd be like, oh, look at this line, this is too light. And honestly, I think maybe you might be right. Who am I? You do that, and now your eye is like that, and it's all because of this. Look at you go like deep, go real deep into all of this, and it's like, what is this? What is that? And it's just chicken scratches, as it should be, because again, if you're just then you're just cell shading. And if you want to do that, that's great. But when you start to blend things, once you have your cell shading, it kind of defeats the purpose, right? So you gotta, depending on what style you want to do, depending on how you want to do it. So this is just from what I've learned how to do. And again, we're gonna go into the eye right here. We're gonna go into it and then drop down, so that you can have that seamless blend from the absolute darkest you got down to the lightest that you are. You blend that out, you blend the line out. You don't actually want the line. The whole point of blending is to blend it. You have to blend it out. And then again, see this light scratch here? Boom. See, again, blend it in, blend it down. You might realize that you'll need to make this line a bit darker. And that's what I needed to do. So, and the thing is, even when you're on the darkest side, you can just take it and just lightly be dabbing on your haters, and then go back into your blend. For me, it's J, and then just go go in like that, go in like so. So now you go back out and you look and see, there it is. There's your eye right here. And I think I went too far. I'll have to double check on my light. But even if I did, it's just the eye that I should do, which kind of feels right, because this literally is all white. I mean, it's not perfect white, but it's what it is. And actually, if that was the case, I probably should have extended it out towards here, because yeah, ooh, I did a goopsie. Well, that's why we actually do this. See, so now we actually know what line. I'm blending nothing. Fantastic. So now we know. Now we can just do this. We can make sure our lines are where they need to be. Pick that up. See, now we're just doing this again. See, that's where that line is. See, and we can see where that line was. So we can see where this line was. Make that darker. So that this is just as dark. See, that's fine. And then we can take this, draw this line over here, and make sure that this is fit. And then we can finally just that's lightly chicken scratch again right here. Now the reason why I kind of love that right here. See this goes up right there. Boom, there it is. That's what I needed. And there we go. So now again, oh, I'm erasing again. We do here. See, then we go to here because again, the whole thing is the eye. Right. So, oops. So this again needs to be darker. You need to have your eye not get lost. And so now, where were we? Yeah, we were right here. Okay, this gets a bit dark. This does some chicken scratch stuff. Right here, da 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 da. Fantastic. Okay, again, dark. But not too. Chicken scratch. There. Make sure that this is dark. And again, you're looking to blend. So don't lose your eye. Again, just if you're an idiot like me and doing everything on one line, because you can actually see I already jazzed it up right here. So if this line were to carry through, in essence, I probably should be arced a bit more. So, but we've come too far. You get into the eye right here, get a little bit of that. And that you want. Okay. And you Shazam it just like this. And you just blend it out. And then you can erase what needs to happen and what doesn't need to happen. So there we go. Let's take this, blend it into up there a bit. And then we can always correct that and kick it down into the chicken scratch. See, I actually did it a bit darker than last time. There we go. So now you can actually and don't be worried. Don't be worried. Don't worry about all of the if your line's not lining up right. So again, I'm on the same line, same layer. So I lost a bit of my eyelash, but that's okay because I can just do this. Just follow the line again. It's back where it needs to be. And then even with erasing, so like you went too far on out, that's fine. You just go here, and then you just trim what needs to be. Take it out, and there's your eye. Yeah, this kind of got a bit and like, what is that? Right? Yeah, it did. But you know, again, you can always just like erase the whole thing and then brush it out again. This is that. And I haven't done noses yet, but yeah, that's essentially it. So I now I mean, I kind of went a bit off the rails there, for like 45 minutes or so. You know, not wanting to draw a circle, and then instead I did eyes, and I proportioned them wrong. It's funny because the eye that should be smaller is on the left, and the eye that needs to be bigger is on the right. So that sucks. But again, you can actually give this, some slot. Figure this a bit out a bit, because I can do this. So let's take this, zoom in, do this. Am I taking everything? Okay, I am. So this needs to be a bit excuse me, this needs to be a bit bigger. That's too big. That needs to be bigger. Select, and this needs to be smaller. So now we can just shrink that. Make it a bit more. And there's ways to actually check on how your angles are. And that's kind of the whole point of the circle. And to see everything comes full circle. So make sure that we have angles right here. Because again, once again, everything is mathematically done. So the moment you start drawing something and putting things in perspective, you'll always have a North Star that will effectively bring about putting your creation into good alignment, into proper alignment. And so see, here we are. We got our line, boom, there. We made our eye a bit smaller. Made our eye a bit smaller. Let's throw that there just to adjust, and there it is. Deselect. Now we're looking. Oh, no, no, no. So yeah, now it's looking good. Now at its base form, it's looking good. This eye needs to be smaller. This eye needs to be bigger because it's coming towards you. It's like an arm is punching you, so the fist is super big, but the arm is super slinky. Like this. That's a fist. That's Luffy. Where? Then he's got another one coming in at you. But yeah, so he just got us a little vest. Just ripped shorts. He's got sandals too. So there it is. There you go. See, foreshortening. Brought to you by an amateur. Oops, that's not how that goes. That has to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Boom. There you go. Start erasing some lines. Clean things up. Move the thumb out of the way. Take this here. Move that there. Erase that outside line. Make that squiggle go away. Boom. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you just go, where's this line? This line goes here. This line goes here. This line doesn't exist. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's this, that. Boom. And there you go. There's his crazy arm. All right. Honestly, this was pretty fun. But I'm actually kind of glad that, yeah, my eye knowledge stuck with me. And that's fun. I'm actually not technically done. Because what I have to do is the fill only does so much. Only can do so much for you. before you have to go back in and get everything all squared away. We get everything all squared away. One of the things I was watching was that, modern artists versus digital artists, that they're so used to Control Z, but Control Z really is just the erase button, just more effective in certain senses. You know, like modern artists always had an erase button. Painters, they just like paint the canvas back, they let it dry, and then they paint it with like white or whatever base color, and then they paint over that. They've never not had an erase button or a Control Z. Right? They always did that, and they always did it in the best way for their art. So, oh, I didn't do that. That's why it looks weird. Because I didn't. Because I didn't do this. There. See? Now it's all coming together. Now it's in shadow. Oops. See, look at this little line. Boom. Fixed. Beautiful. Now it's in shadow. Nope. But yeah. Once you get all your lines all squared away and done, everything starts to work out. So actually, I'm gonna file save as. Excuse me. We are going to do. How did I type this last time? This. No. This. Mm, what are we at? AmArc D17? Oh yeah, there it is. So back to a circle. Oh gosh. Back to a circle. Where's my move button? Right here. Check that out. But yeah, back. So we're looking at our our circle, and the one thing that he actually did in order, this is actually goes into effect, effectively what this is. How you're trying to find your where your eyes go. Uh, so we can actually do it on a face on. You're looking. Everything is head on. So this, oops, don't do that. Center of this, right? Wherever this is, and then halfway through this, you can just kind of do this. So one of the things that I've always questioned on was where do my eyes go? Like, where do they sit? And it's like, I know this is where the quote unquote eye line is, but where exactly on that eye line do eyes go? And multiple people have done it differently. It's all on the I just made a new layer. Yay. It's all, what's the word? It's all following the same basic concept, but some people have put their eyes, like right here. For example, it's like they put them like right here. So there's your eye, and then it goes like this. But then one of the things that I saw from the same artist that I was going to do is that their eye rests on the eye line. And so everything happens here because now you have your brow line right here. So then you can do like whatever it is that you wanted to. Then you can do a then you do a this. Then you do a this. Right? Now your brow line is right here. And then it looks now it's like now you got your eyes. So for me, going forward, I'm gonna do it where it rests on the eye line, not something like this. So going forward, I'm going to do. So going forward, I'm going to be doing it more so on B's section, not on A's section. So there's that, truly. And so that's how I'm gonna see it. That's how I'm gonna do it, and that's how you're gonna see me do it. And if you don't like it, well, then too bad. So yeah, back to our initial eyes, right? This line has to change. But anyway, doesn't have to. It's like because all I had to do is this. Oops, never mind. All I had to do is what's going on here? Oh, all of this is on. Oh, well, I feel foolish. Okay, never mind. See, I don't even know what layer things are on. I'm that bad. I'm that new. I'm that new to layers. Because I did just make one. I don't remember when I made one. Hello. Okay. No. Okay. It didn't look like I was flying, which needs to happen. That's kind of like a cool little feature. And then the whatever you call it. Uh um but also a signal for me, show that everything's working properly. So anyway, back to art. So and because I'm going down, oh man, that's what I need. I need another overlay for a whatever free, because well, I mean, I guess I could draw one. I could do that. It's an option. I am an artist now. but But yeah, I need to continue. Yes. So the when you're drawing your thing from your model, what is it called? I need to get this terminology down so no one can be like, "Oh my god, you don't know what you're talking about." It's like, well, I am still learning. Um, no, that's not what I'm looking for. What's it called? Uh, oh, that's what I'm looking for. Face drawing. And Loomis. Loomis. The Loomis method. This is it. I using the Loomis. Yes. So anyway, so now when you use the Loomis method and go back here, you're, you have to cut because your head is in a perfect circle. It's on a plane, so you kind of cut where it needs to go. Right, so you cut a line, you make that line there, make that line. You can do this. Make that line there. And one of the things that is like I don't cut enough out, feels like. So like all of like everything is like all crazy. All crazy. Please. Better. Alright. But wobbly. But anyway, you have this cut. And so what he did was he took from this point and then he drew a triangle down. And then he drew lines down connecting to the chin. Right? So then he took all of that. Fix it in post. But yeah, so we did all of this. See? Way. But we have this line, so now we have where our eyes can't go past this line. And they cradle right in here. So you just go to the far ends, I guess. It made more sense. And it cradles right in there. I'm sure there's more like theory to it. Like from here, you go like an inch in, and you go an inch in. It feels like that's what it is. So like within there, you go like an inch in, quote unquote, an inch TM. Right? You go an inch in, and then you do that. Here it is. Here's your line. Here's your eye. You go an inch in. Boom. There it is. So because I didn't make this perfectly, whatever you call it, symmetrical, things are off clearly. But yeah, so he did this line. So once you get better at this, then you can draw this line. You can find where eyes nest. So then you don't have to worry about on guesswork on, oh, is my eye too big? It probably is. It's too small. Also probably is. And so then you can understand where that goes. So, and it starts in, and if I did it properly, yeah. you would find out right where your eye should nest. But because I'm not perfect at it, it doesn't work. So that's the thing. Because it's a mathematical thing, you're working on halves and you're working on thirds with the Loomis method, your everything will fall into place perfectly. It needs to. Because it's mathematically derived from halves. So like this is supposed to be right. So like this whole thing is one half, which means this is one half, and then what you're looking at is like from this is one third, right? So from this and then this eye line right here, you're looking at this line. So you're looking at this third. So you just take this third, right? Whatever this third is, right? And then you put it right here. Boom. There's your nose line right there. This is another third, and then your last third is where your whole everything else goes. And then even within the third, right? Even within this third, now you chop this into thirds. So it's essentially 1/6. Right? Divide by 2, so you multiply by, yeah. So now it's 1/6. Right? And look at it, it's all math. So fractions are important. So even this, because the first half, or the first third is where your eye, right, it falls where your eye line should fall. So then your second third takes, where your bridge is, bridge of your nose, and then so it's a bunch of fun stuff that you can do. Right? So this is your forehead, and like you have a billboard brow right here, and then nose plus the eyes. This is mouth. Mouth plus chin. And but yeah, so if you do it properly, then this triangle will tell you where your eye is supposed to go. But because I didn't do it properly, it's bad. But yeah, so I thought that was cool, learning that because if you follow all of this properly, and then you follow this line, and then you make these lines properly, then you're gonna find out where you need to go, and it works everywhere because it's all following a plane. Because it's all on a plane. So let's say your head is facing what? Downward, right? Your head is facing like this way. Please, please, God. Right? Your head is facing like this, and you're looking down. Looks like that's the way you do it. It's kind of like an @ sign. an and sign, an ampersand, excuse me. There it is. If you do like a weird one. Anyway, so your eyes are looking this way, right? And so you take your circle, and so let's just say we can do this. Let's go, Agua. Take your circle. I still need this. Oh, no. So you take your circle, and then your eye line is over here. Then you have your, because you need to curve it, clearly. You curve it down, and go like that. As I said, you curve it down, and then you go like this. So, like, where does your eye go? Well, because you still have to carve it out. You carve out a circle, right? So this is now a flat plane. So now this essentially goes in. Again, this isn't a perfect circle, so everything gets jazzed up. But yeah, so now you're looking at your circle. So you have your eye line here, you have your 1/3, and then you have your chin here. Because everything, again, is working. We do this because chin right here. Now I'm thinking about eyes. Now I think this line needs to be curved. Okay. We're on a curved surface. So do just that. Boom. Here, right there. Come on, come on. Look at that arc. That's just grade A. Right there. What's more? Yeah. Oh well, yeah, we did it. See, that's progress. See, it's not about the finished product that shows your progress. It's about being able to draw this line in less than 5 times. That's progress. And so now, you have what? So like this is your plane, right? Hmm. Now I'm getting weird. This is this half. So this is your eyes. Oh, Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. No, my pen. Go back into the archive. No. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. Come on, let's go, buddy. Where are you? Really? Oh, did we do it this? Ah, there it is. Oh my goodness, this was back on Uh, brother, ew, brother, ew. Yeah, here we are. Here we are. Okay, so let's have a master show you how it's done. So we, okay, so he starts off, okay, with a circle, and he draws. This will let's figure this out with us. Let's do this together. I'm also on layer 2, which I shouldn't be. So we're gonna click this. We're gonna go all the way back, all the way back. Then we're gonna go back onto layer 1. Fantastic. Okay, so what he did, simple. Okay, he drew a circle as it all begins. Drew a circle. Okay, so here's his line, but he did it better than me, clearly. He did it. He did it at an arc. All right. So let's watch faster. Okay, and so then, okay, look at it. Just draws a circle, and he does his notches already. So he already notched out, right? You know, here. He already notched that out. And so actually, yeah, he takes this as his endpoint. Like this is where his on. This is where. Oh, huh, I guess I could do that. I mean, technically, that's yeah. I mean, where else is your where else is your head gonna go? So that's duh. Okay. So then he does that. See, he already knows. See, he already knows. He's already that good. He's already that good. So he just tes. He just tes. Right. So he just already like nope, nope, nope. There it is. So he just casually takes that out, makes this a straight line, right? And then from here, on this point, right, he already has, he just draws a triangle and he finds his, right? He does that, right? He draws his midpoint where he wants his midpoint to be. So his midpoint is here. So this is where his nose, all of that stuff is going to go. So anywhere on that. And then he just drew what? Like a 45 on this? Not necessarily a 45. But you know, he knows where he has to draw. And so he just drew this and where that intersected. Right? Because then because he already drew this line, right? He drew this plane right here. He drew this plane right here. He drew this plane right here. What's more, he drew this plane right here. Mm. I think there's a rough spot on my pad. Right. Right here. Or is it my... Oh, well. But yeah, so then he just drew his where his. So how did he do it? It feels like he took a third, right? It looks like he just was like, yo, here's a third, boom, did it, check me out. And then from there, right? He just drew that. See? He drew his midline, another line. He drew this line, and then he just trusts himself enough to know, like, this is where it goes. Like, here it is, right there. And then he just draws it. He just draws it. And there's his face. Right here. Right there. So you can see mine's a bit off already. But there it is. That's it. That's his face. He did it. Right? Like, he didn't need to do any, like, measuring. He didn't need to do anything. He just knows that this is where the face goes. This is how it is. This is where it goes. And that's it. And he did it. And then he looks. Right? And then he doesn't, and he stops right. This is where I was saying, right? Right? He draws his line right here. So he just goes, again, this is from like a master who already like knows his shit. So he just does that. It's like, here it is. But now he already mapped out where his eye goes. Right there. So he just does that. There it is. There it is. Oh, and he has a brow line too. Or not brow line, he has his hairline. Already has a hairline. It's a pizza. Has his hairline mapped out. Has this all ready to go. Oops, hold up. Has this all ready to go. Yeah, and then he just draws a circle. It looks like an oval something, and then just takes that, carries that out. What did he do? Hold up. Then, is that right? See, so he drew that line. That demarcates where the face is. Ah, and he cuts that in half. See, it's all math. Always has been. Fix that. Okay. Essentially cuts this line in half right here. And he doesn't even draw the whole line. It just like he just cuts it right in half right there. Oh, duh, because this is the side. So essentially just remember, so he's just drawing he's not drawing the circle. He's not drawing the second circle. So that's what he did. Right? So you can imagine that. So he doesn't have to draw. That's a waste of him. He's too good. He's too good. He's better than you. He's better than me. Because after all of that said and done, we're at 41 seconds. After all said and done, Shazam! There he is, right there. He just absolutely destroyed you. So then he does that. But where does he put? Okay, he draws that line. So he does this. Oop, oop. So he draws that line, right there, and then this line he just goes like this. Goes like that. And wherever this wherever this connects to the, that's what he is. That's what he specifically does. So we go here. So now we have, again, So now we have the arc. So now we have, because of this circle, we know how far we want the chin to be, how round the chin would be. Because of that, now we have a spot where this goes. So he just draws one line. I'm sure he does more stuff. Honestly, I should probably start doing that. I should probably start drawing in red for my baseline. Then that's really going to tell me where all of the unimportant, or not important, the scaffolding, right? So all of this will show me where the scaffolding is. So that's something, see, there we go. We learn from the best. So why red and blue? Because they're drastic contrasts. Uh, Yellow is too light, green is just why green, and then purple, if you're just going to go purple, why not just go blue? And then because you need two opposing colors, right? I guess you could do purple, green, right? Blue and yellow, you know, right? To do that. But, you know, it just works. So I'll probably just do that. Honestly, probably make all of that, you know, starting in my next one. We'll just get it to where, whatever you. Yeah, we just draw it in red. Like that'll be my default, or at least for scaffold. And then yeah, and then on the next layer, whoa, I'll be able to truly see the difference. And that's yeah. So going forward, I'll do all of my scaffolding in cool. Done deal. Yeah, you can do it like this, which is fine. It's fine, chat. But it's oh my god, I just can't. Ah, you know, I really gotta get into the rhythm of when do like an if then statement, like if stream then share, like yeah. So again, I gotta do Dead Space. I gotta learn about Dead Space. Not the game. The game is best. I'll probably play that one day on stream, but we'll figure that out another day. But maybe Halloween. Who knows? But yeah. Oh, geez. Right. So, but honestly, probably throughout this whole, I mean, it's not gonna my amateur art's not gonna run through whatever you call it. But yeah. Yeah. I need to work on Dead Noise or Dead Space and not having it. I yes. Every and one of the things that you need to that at least I'm trying to work with is I'm not trying to be passive on this. I want to be active, proactive. You know, and you kind of need that. Again, it's having the audacity to say that I'm worth your time. Like, why? I don't know. Like, why is Kai Cenat worth your time? Why is Asmongold worth your time? Why is Ludwig or Pokimane or anyone for that matter, like any other VTuber, why are they worth your time? And because you enjoy it, you enjoy their time with them, and that's kind of it. But you can't go, it's like, oh, would you please? Could I have some more? Could I have a chat to talk to? You know, you say, yeah, come join me. Like, make it assertive. Be, you know, don't be. I mean, you could be aggressive depending on your personality, but understand where strength is coming from and adjust accordingly. Yeah. So initially, this post that I was gonna have was is gonna be like, I'm back, baby, like learning from masters, having fun time with art. Come join me if you want. It's like you could do that, but again, that's passive speech. It's not. It's like, come join me if you want. It's like, well, I don't want to. I'm giving you an option, right? I'm giving you a way out to not watch me. Here, it's a command. It's like, come join me. Come join me right now. We're doing this right now. We're right here. We're right now. And you know what the thing is it doesn't hurt, right? It doesn't hurt because when the people that aren't going to join you aren't going to join you anyway. The people that are on the fence and are like, maybe I'll check you out. You know, that's who you ring in. That's who you bring in. And that's who you want to join. You know, the curious. And I need to work on that. I need to have people want to join here. I want the people who want to be here join here. And if I give them a way out, you know, people like water will take the path of least resistance. Why? Because that's just how it is. At base nature, we work like water. Just go for the path of least resistance. And that's okay. That's not wrong. It's not the wrong thing. What I'm trying to do is trying to get water up a hill. So you need to be aggressive about it. You need to be proactive about it. So that's that. That's that spiel. And so he already drew a line. He already drew his what do you call it? His ear. And the thing is, he drew a different one, right? He drew a different one, like right there. And again, this is the same thing that Mikey did, right? The ear, this whole circle thing, your ear goes right here. And he went a little up too, so Mikey did just that. And then you do your little ear thing. And then you go down. There it is. That's it. That's your ear. And now he's drawing hair. Now he's going. Now I've never done hair before. I've never done a hair tutorial. I don't know how that goes. I do know that what he's doing, right? The hair has to start up here because the hair, you know, like here's the base of your head. Hair has to spring from your head. And it has to spring from where your splits are. So if you part your hair down the middle, right here, every hair, every and all hair that goes this way has to arc this way. And every hair that goes this way arcs this way. Unless you're Sombra. And then you just shave your head. Oh, and also because it's at a super deep angle, it's going to be like this. There, now all the hair is like this. But I digress. Oh yeah, we're on a center line. Yeah, so we need this center line to do with this. Oops. We need center. Come on. Ah, well, let's do this. There we go. So now we have our center line like this. And so there that goes. So. Yeah, that's nice. Fantastic. So there's that. No, I'm thinking about like this is man, I really wish that I posted this sooner for people, but it is what it is. But let's finish this head because he's gonna do a full human being. We're not at full human beings yet. I am just trying to get my hand like we just did, like we did this. We now know how to do this. This is beautiful. This is great. We spent one day and now we got eyes. Okay? Right? I am not going to come here day 17. I mean, honestly, I should be if I did do it properly, you know, but that is what it is. So I'm not going to come in here and then be like, boom. Actually, honestly, I should. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. You know what? Yeah, screw it. I'm already missing time. So I should be here. I should be at this level of sketch work, right? So see, he's doing sketch work, like, and he's gonna like do probably finer lines. This is literally this week's drawing, right? And then he throws it in there, and then he does a thing, right? Beautiful. Check him out. But let's just focus on a head. Right, how far does the head go? Let's see, how much are we doing? How far? Then he goes over it in blue, and he traces it. Right, so at, what, 11? So he essentially, in essence, finishes the head. Finishes the head. Oh my days, this guy's so fast. Guys, this guy's insane. He finishes this head in a minute? What? No way. No way. No way. No way. Does he? Does he truly? Am I just that bad? The answer is yes. Yeah, no, he finishes it. Oh no, the head's all done. And he just put that outline in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Dang. Okay. But yeah, so, you know, follow these steps, right? And the thing is like, even though it's taking me, you know, 25 minutes just to do this piece, right? Right? If you learn from these steps, and then learn to speedrun, essentially, you know, you get better and improve on these steps, you know, you're only learning, instead of learning 50 steps and doing those really fast, you're learning 25 steps and doing them really well and still getting the same result. And so that's why your art will go better or go faster. So yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna take a gander on how well he finishes this up. Ooh, we're already, he does it that fast that we're already. So he draws that line, boom, eyes, crazy. He draws his hairline here, right here. That's what I need. That's what I need right there. So he draws his hairline, and so right here, okay, so it's that line that I need. So where and when does he draw that line? Okay, so right there it is. So right there. All the way back there, he already cuts into, like, right here. Yeah, so my cut isn't exactly where his is. His cuts into a bit more into the line, but since it's the same line, we're just gonna, we have to use the same thing. So that's what that is. We do this. Wait, where's that second? Is that really it? One line? Oh, he curves it. That's what he did. So he curves it. So he essentially did a this. He did a that. Very lightly. So he essentially did something like this. So when you do something like that, right, it already forms shape on your, because he cut in more. Ooh. Yeah, so clearly so it's clearly not going to be exactly here, right? I mean, it never was going to be. But we can adjust. Because truly, right? Again, it's not, but essentially that's what he does. And it's way more drastic because I needed to cut in more. But there it is. It is. And we did that. We already did that. We cut into that. We drew the line, did the ear, then he does the hair. So he goes up and around, and then he just draws out a fine shape. So he just does a yeah, he just does this. Oops. He does this. He does that. He does this. This, and then let's see where it goes. Then he looks into his looks deep into her soul, and then within this, because it also captures where your nose should go, or where how far your nose can go. So we're already here, so we're gonna go. Oh, maybe right here. Boom. See? Boom. Got it. Am I a master already? The answer may shock you. Oh, and see that? I see. I knew I got it from somewhere. Right. See, right here. That note, that face, that mouth. That's right here. That's literally what he drew. Except he drew it on an angle. So we're gonna draw that at an angle, and that's an airbrush. That's an effect. And then, so yeah, that's what he did. So where did he draw it though? He drew it right on the circle. So it's like right here. He did it like right here. Check that out. Like we're already in business, baby. Already in business. And oh, it feels good. Feels good, right? And the thing is, you just gotta go. So look at what he does. He's already, oh yeah. And so he draws. He goes straight down, right? He goes straight down like right here, and then he draws this hair. So then this can go away. All of this that could go away. And then learning, fun, crazy. And so now he's doing stuff that goes beyond me. And what I normally do. But as you can see, just these little things from his sketching, from how he builds up his base, that's pretty helpful. You know, I learned something. And I'm learning how to remove, because he's a master at this, he knows what he needs to draw, but he also he draws what he has to, and he doesn't draw what isn't. So what is important is there. And so in the future, right, these lines are what are the most important. Every other line are guidelines on guidelines. So it's kind of how you can just, instead of like, again, once again, bringing in the math, right? You could do, you know, if you do division, you know, you do like 100, you know, divided by 5. Right? Clearly it's 20. But when you do the workout, you do, you know, oh, and it goes into 10 2 times, you put a 2, you put 10, you draw that down, then it becomes a 0, then you have double 0, so, you know, then there's nothing left, so you put a 0, and then boom, 20. And so then you have all of that. That's showing your work. But now you don't need to. Right? So this is nice to know what I don't need to show. What I can let go, slowly let go. And yeah, this was fun. Nice. I for now, just doing this, and I'll get back into drawing in my sketchbook IRL more going forward. Because, like I said, I couldn't do anything. Like my whole existence was, I'm in pain. I don't want to be in pain, so I'm going to tough this out and just not do anything. Because just moving, literally existing, and it may sound, what's the word? Like I'm just blowing it out of proportion, exaggerating or something, but it's not by any means, right? But pain is pain. It still hurt, and the extent of which I had it, or I have it, it spreads like my entire being. And it sucks. But getting back into this, pressing record, pressing stream, or whatever you call it, the start streaming button. I like this. It's very fun, and I like how I was able to at least do some things on retain some things. I wasn't able to. I didn't draw. What do you call it? Some feet and all that jazz. But we're gonna get back into it, and I think this is a nice. What a welcome back. A nice welcome back to getting just back into the swing of things. And going forward, I'm going to have much longer streams, much more art, much more learning, because boy, do I need it. And then, yeah, it's going to be. I'm just so excited because there's always an endpoint. And for me, at least, let's just be real. Let's just take a second. Because while I was indisposed, like I said, I do have a phone, right? And there were some artists that do have commission. I mean, that's the end game, is to be good enough to where people want to give me money. Well, I mean, that's that's the end. That's end game of stage one, right? So truly, this is so that I can draw the absolute end game for me. The whole point of this, so that I can make my dream come true. And along the way, if I can make others come true, then I would love that. But till now, let's just focus on one thing. Exactly. Right? So I was looking through, some commissions and looking what they charge and looking at their art. And this is in knowing that people, what's the word? Commission them, right? Like they're good enough to have commissions. And this is the. Can I even? No, that was kind of risque. I will heart it. Bookmark it. Let's see. There's probably. Let's see. Is there more? Is there different? What? Oh, for goodness sake. Yes, I'm a human. Oh my days, yes. What's a good art that I uh so here we are. I'm just setting everything up. So for example, our first case study for commission would be this fellow, Nesbox, Nesbox Illust. You can find him on Twitter, or her. Don't care. You can find them on that's their at their handle, and yeah, this is their art. And going into more detail on there, you can just go right to their card. See their commission details. They have a great setup. Look at right here. So this is where they there it is. So if you can maintain good art, good coloring too, mind you, this isn't just coloring. Art coloring and drawing are two separate skills, right? And then you do this. Okay, beautiful, very bright colors, very splashy, very professional. And then you get into more stuff like this, stuff like that. And it's nice to see. And then there's that stuff. But yeah, it's nice to see that you have an endpoint. So like this art is what people are looking for, right? Or not so much this art, but the level of skill that the art is looking at. Like people see this art and say, "Hey, oh shoot, you have a commission open? I can commission this and get you that." Then yeah, by all means. So that's a nice endpoint, right? And it's nice to know have the goal, right? And so next on the list, it's just out of line, so we can show it. We can show it. So next is zero at zero. Jesus goodness, it's at 01510 1991. Oh, is that a birthday? And if it's foreign, then it's day month. So it's October 15th, 1991. Zero. So 01510 1991. But if you go into their whatever you call it, their fan box, here this is the type of art. There it is. So that's the type of art that people look at and say, "Wow, I want that." And honestly, I do want that. Like that's so again, that's another see. So having yourself an end where you can say, "All right, I can do this. I can get the toes. If I can get the foreshortening, I can get this to the background as And the thing is that as detailed as this background is, right, it's doing a lot while doing a little in the best way as a compliment, right? Because there's stuff in the foreground, right, the cards. In the background, you have the hand, right? But what is the midground? Or what is it? There's foreground, midground, background, right? And then in the background, right? What is it? What is it really? Right? You have bars for like a greenhouse. And then he stylized some trees. Boom, there it is. So all the detail without the detail looks beautiful. It's absolutely amazing. So there's that. So next, another one. And they do their commissions on VGen. So this person right here This is Rin V at Rolo Art. It's at R-O... I can highlight this. ROHIOART. And yeah, they're just doing art, doing what they do. And if you click on their card...
Artwork, critiques, Photoshop
no,
files.
Not right now, Mikey. If you click on their card, it gives you this. And so there it is. Click on that. But yeah, so this is the level of art that people will say, I want to pay money for you. Again, see, portrait, half body, full body. And you do all of this. So I guess the difference between portrait, Skeb, and this. Oh yeah, this is. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, the their commissions open in May. So I mean, you can't see it, but it's over here. Over here. Oh, you can click it. Yeah. See, so May, Monday through Thursday, and then they have their Twitter, all that jazz. So there's that. So yeah, there's the end game. And I'm actually very happy to know that I will get there. That's gonna happen. And I mean, I'm gonna say it. You know, I'm gonna have to get there. The plan, let's see, there's what? There's 5 months left, right? So in 5 months, maybe I'm not there. Maybe I'm not charging, 180 for a portrait, but get ready because you'll start seeing like I could do 100 for a portrait, right? And I'd love to eventually do art for you. Eventually, because once I can do all of that, right? Once I do all of that, once I can, get some more money in, because let's be honest, part of this is like what makes the world go round is money, and I hope that I can get enough to eventually make this full time. Writing and art the full time deal, and that's the dream. And right now, the dream looks like this. It looks like this cool little sketch. Learning about the one third, and learning tricks so that I don't have to be like, oh, where's my ruler, right? I don't need a ruler. I just need to understand how the face forms, how it looks by working with a master. I mean, not working with, but watching their videos and dialing in on what matters for me right now, right? What matters for me. Like this whole adventure was just these 2 lines. In 2 hours, this whole adventure was this, plus eyes. I'm really glad that I held on to those eyes. So I think I'm gonna call it. It's been 2 hours and a nice welcome back for yours truly. And I hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed all of this. If you do, like LCS, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will get on back. I'm getting back into it. I'll do more sketches. I'd like to show you that eventually. And just, I'm not just saying, oh yeah, no, I'm totally sketching. and I'd like to get into that, do more, and yeah, by the end of the year, by the end of 2024, well, yeah, I was gonna go on another tangent, but by the end of 2024, me, your favorite VTuber, is it's gonna be good enough to have commissions. It's gonna be good enough to have something where you'll give me at least $50 to say, hey, I want this, I want your art, I want it now, and I'm happy you have commissions. That's going to be a fact. I'm going to work hard for myself so that we can all see it and all know that it's possible. So I still have what, 13, 14 days. 14 days. I have 2 weeks. 2 weeks of my amateur art to get to where I can just go. Right? That's this whole point. Just so I can 2 weeks and so I have 2 weeks. And they're gonna be busy. They're gonna be busy. So again, thank you for choosing me to spend your time with. You all have a great day. You all have a great life. So with that, I wish you well, and I wish you love. You take care.